Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to Dead Air. Coming to you for episode 16 of our Alliance playthrough here, again on the expert difficulty level. Something that I'd been talking about before, a question about how, as the Alliance, I have an economy that's this strong, even though I don't have any economic infrastructure like I would normally have with playing as the Empire or the Black Sun. And I finally did really kind of figure it out here. Is I'm going to build up this planet here. This one has a base income of 100, but it has the ability for the manufacturing base. This is a decent candidate to go ahead and build up to that manufacturing base. Let's go ahead and actually I want to go ahead and create that. Now when this upgrades, then I should be able to upgrade it to the manufacturing base, and I believe then I can build the transports. This will help me economically. But this is what I kind of figured out here. Unlike the other two factions, look at this rebel camp. This rebel camp gives me, first off, it gives me production capability. Once I have this, I'm able to produce these basic units. You're talking about basic infantry and rocket infantry. Able to hit, so I'm this one for armor, this one for, for lighter targets, particularly infantry. I get that from this rebel camp. I also look at the garrison that it brings. Normally in other factions, your garrison building and your production buildings are separate. But then finally look at the very bottom. It's not a real strong one, but 0.5% or 0.5 times planet income. It's an economic building. A weak one relative to the others, if you build any economic building for either the Empire or the Black Sun, it's going to be stronger than that. It's going to make you more money. But this is a single building that takes care of all of this, and the garrison and production buildings in either of the other two factions, I do believe actually they cost you money. They're gonna take away from the planet's income. They are going to reduce it. This takes care of all of those factors, and again to minimal levels and so on all of these really. But it takes care of it covers all the bases with a single structure that only costs 2,500 for a base price, and it doesn't cost you any money at all. This is one reason why I'm not, basically as the Rebel Alliance, you're not spending the money. Your bonus is small as far as what you're making, but the cut in cost is steep. This is apparently why I'm able to achieve this kind of income without any real serious infrastructure. But I don't want to forget about this. I've been leaving him sitting here for a while, I do believe. Let's go ahead and
you just got yourself some credits.
Try to earn some extra money there from Coruscant and see how long that lasts. But that's my best guess anyway. That's as far as in why my income would be what it is. And do notice, like here at AOTR, we have this. The base income is 50. Now I'm able to build a manufacturing base here, but your manufacturing base is going to be based on your planet's. A lot of your bonus is based on the planet's base income. So this up here, Magito has twice the base income. That should be the better deal as far as in, maybe this one would work, later on. It wouldn't hurt to invest money there. But we're trying to improve our income even more would be great. And on top of that, build up more ground forces. But let's go ahead and, well, I really need to take a look at what exactly my intentions are to do. When this gets back up here, I want to go ahead and be able to guard here. Bespin should be reasonably secure now, as well as Aliunin. Let's see. Could I just leave? I don't know that I do want to leave anything behind. Let's bring our fleet over here and maybe take out the space here. Not going to try land invasions, but perhaps we can take out whatever's in orbit on these two to try to help secure down here. We have just this little fleet. Now, I didn't even show losing these that I noticed in the battle. It didn't seem to show that I lost them, but I had 5, and now I'm down to 1. So I apparently did lose something. We have the ability here to be want to go ahead and upgrade this. But this one's limited to Alliance headquarters and medium factory. Sullust, I think I can get a heavy factory here. Needing more of these heavy factories, I think. Gonna need some heavier stuff for my ground invasions. And what? Is it? There you go, nice 476 per week. I haven't looked at my missions in a while. Hidden Hero on Tatooine is still it. No time limit, or so I can have all the time I need to be able to hit Tatooine. But yeah, we're kind of kicking back and going to try to build up our base, our ground power base. We got units being built there already. Oh, Kashyyyk.
Constructing unit.
There we go. Yeah, this video may be somewhat boring, I guess, but well, some space battles wouldn't hurt. Oh, let me make sure I have someone in Pathfinder position.
Reporting.
Now something that, yeah, I'm pausing again. Something I really wouldn't mind happening here is whenever I'm taking this out, like for instance, I've wiped out the starbase, the defensive structures and so on. I've wiped out everything in orbit, the space stations, I'm trying to say. Perhaps I should do the same here at Ithor. But if I can open up the gates and let the Empire do some of the work for me, but like if the Empire were to take Mandalore, then that would be a great time to jump on them and take it right back while they don't have any different, let them do the heavy lifting. Let them actually take the losses from having to take that planet with its defenses in place and then come in behind them. I would love to be able to do that. Play the different AIs against one another. But don't seem to have been having the opportunity to do that this time. Okay, well, let's go and let's see what we can do here. Also, like I'm saying though, like these planets down here, if I wipe out the space stations, perhaps the Black Sun may actually try to take one or both of these planets, and it might be a good time to strike at them. I've been building some ground forces for a while. I'm sure I could scrape together a pretty reasonable army.
Be careful.
To be able to, I could scrape something together to be able to take a reasonably defended planet, but I would really like to have myself in a truly strong position before I go taking planets. If I don't have to take something right now, or unless some great opportunity presents itself, I think I'm going to hold back on that for right now. Somehow or another, I feel like I've gotten a bit of a head cold here.
Enemy forces ahead.
I don't know how much it's really affecting my voice.
Master, I have access to the ship's main computer.
Okay.
Choose your reinforcements.
All engines to full, we're moving out.
Moving out.
Jumping to light speed.
Underway.
Alright, let's get everything out here. I think with the Tier 2 station there, he's less likely to go ahead and try to retreat out of it.
Right away.
And it offers enough of a threat that I want to be able to get everything out here and particularly get my fighters launched. For these ships, I noticed like the Liberation, it carries enough fighter. It takes it a while to get all those things launched.
We're standing by. Reporting in. We're standing by. Yes, sir.
Am I hitting it? I don't know how many of these ships are paid for. I think most all of these ships actually just come with this Tier 2 station. But barely scratching the shields on this thing. I would need to get up to Tech 3 in order to build more of those, MC-80As? That's what I need more of. I'm sure that you can get their attention far more quickly with that than you can with Juno Eclipse here.
Crews are ready.
I'm picking up a lot of comlink chatter.
Okay, these again going after this. You know how I love going after these assault transports. But I want to watch. It's ships like this that are dangerous to my my corvettes here, and I do want to preserve them. I don't know. I guess I'm being really cheap. It's just like they don't cost that much. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to buy fighters as cheap as you can buy corvettes. But at the same time, I guess you can just don't call me being cheap. I'm min-maxing. That's what it is. Who buys that? I'm keeping an eye on them here. And this, to me, by the way, this is a ship that I have to wonder if this couldn't be kind of the Empire's take the place of these corvettes for the Empire. I'm going to try an Empire playthrough at some point, and that's something I kind of found recently that I want to kind of try out there. I have a feeling they're going to be able to be targeted easier and fired upon easier than a Corvette. But they seem to have some pretty reasonably strong anti-fighter capability, which that's something looking at Imperial ships until you get to Tech 3 and you're able to get the Lancer frigates. Finding good strong anti-fighter capability seems to be a real issue with the Empire. It's like if you just had stronger anti-fighter capability, then you could deal with the fact that your fighters, don't hold up especially obviously to the Alliance. But I mean, I guess even the Black Sun can have stronger fighters anyway, depending upon which ones you're choosing there. But TIE fighters are pretty weak, obviously. She's still holding out okay, I guess. We can live with it. Okay. Finished taking out these fighters, and what is this guy's trying to run here anyway? Which is kind of funny. I would imagine that's going to be one of the free ships. But being able to take out this economic platform here as well this is going to be nice. In fact,
all engines to full. We're moving.
I have to wonder, this might be worth doing a bit of an experiment here. Let's see, this thing, I don't expect it to be that strong.
You can count on it.
I wonder if we get money for destroying it. Since we don't get any money, we don't get anything for taking this out. Let's get the fighters and so on. And we'll see about striking at this thing. I realize this is taking extra time. I don't mean to drag anything. I warned you up the front. This looks like it's going to be a bit
Liberation
more
reporting.
boring episode because don't really have any intention of getting into any ground
Let's go.
battles, which to me that's the more interesting because that actually wins you the planet. It makes it far more interesting. The outcome is more important. But we're going to do this little experiment. I wish at some point it would be great, the idea like Mr. President is actually seeing my videos or something. But to be able to comment and say, no, you idiot, you get the same for, whether they retreat or not, you get the same money for it, and so on, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure someone like that would actually know those things, I'm sure. But I think he pays a lot more attention to somebody like Captain Shack and so on than somebody that has a grand total of maybe 10 views on all their videos put together. So it's like, let's see. I guess this also gives us the opportunity to take. But look how much it's healed. Look how quickly this thing heals back. But that's part of that, I think, is because its hit points are so low to begin with. We're just playing around here, seeing about what we get economically for doing this. Of course, they might retreat as soon as this is destroyed. Who knows? They could retreat at any time. Is this a frigate shipyard? No, it goes off the screen, so you can't really say, but I'm guessing it is. I didn't notice. I wasn't watching. I was looking at something else, so I didn't get to see whether or not we got any money for taking that out. Well, if we end up with any substantial salvage out of this at all, then I think I can assume that we did get some money from that because there wasn't a whole lot else to take out. I mean, just with some fighters and a few of these minor ships.
We're ready to rock and roll. We're vectoring in on that new location.
Squadron reporting. Standing by. Directing all fire on the shield generator.
Y-Wing Squadron reporting. Take down those shields.
And maybe if they're going to end up not retreating out of this, then maybe we'll see. Hopefully, I'll be watching this time and see if we get any numbers visible whenever this when this shipyard goes down.
Primary target is the shield generator.
We're ready to serve. Let's disable their defenses.
Okay, gonna be staring straight at it when it dies. And by the way, I really wish I could get somebody to go ahead and start commenting on it. I did not see anything as far as any kind of number flashing.
Ready for the attack. Ready for the attack. Ready for action.
Yes.
Our target priority is the laser cannon.
Well, why was I get? Oh, I know what it is. I was trying to figure out why in the world she wasn't plugging away at the thing. Obviously, she got her main long-range cannon got knocked out. That's what it is. So I guess did I end up getting?
Reporting in. Reporting in.
Yeah, okay.
Ready for action.
Creepy, slow old man here. Yeah, I know. Take down that shield generator, and then I'll feel decent about bringing like Rebel 1 and Liberation into firing range and taking this thing down. Something I do wonder about. I talked to one of the earlier episodes mentioning about how people end up doing this, about especially like with their Y-wings, one that automatically switch them over to ion cannons. Well, you don't damage hard points
Rebel 1 reporting in.
when you do that. With ion cannons, don't
this ship?
damage hard points.
We're vectoring in on that new location.
So it really cuts your damage output. But obviously ion cannons can damage shields. Now my question is, do ion cannons do any better against shields than the laser cannons do? Or is it just basically the same?
Copy that, moving out.
I guess I don't, no way to know that for certain here.
Cruiser online. Attacking.
What else I got? Guess I could be using some of these. I could have used some to soak up the damage,
Ziel auf 2-9. Kurs gesetzt.
since they have all that heavy armor and so on. That helps them.
Z-95 standing by. Accelerating to attack speed. Kreuzer bereit, Sir. Haben wir Jägerunterstützung? Ziel auf 2-9.
Launch all fighters, prepare for combat.
Ready for orders. Going for the laser. Rebel 1 here. On my way.
Liberator, standing by. Focus fire on their torpedo tube.
Ready to battle. Open fire.
Keep your eyes open.
All right. Well, here we are, just in the first battle, and looking just about to be 23 minutes in, and I'm not even talking a lot. So, dull episode. This one lives up to the name Dead Air. Oh, stretch. This really lets me know here about how much firepower I do not have in this particular group. I've got damage absorption capabilities and so on, but I mean the Liberation, and I guess to also Rebel 1 have reasonable firepower, but we just like the ship, like the big, the nice Moncals and so on that can take stuff out quickly, and of course Home 1, we just have no firepower in the world beginning to compare to that. As I'm talking about as a fleet, as a whole. Obviously, like I say, the Liberation is pretty good as far as damage output goes for a single ship.
They're falling back.
But I mean, having a big group, having 4 of these, let's see, not even 1,000 salvage collected. So, but we took out some stuff from the enemy, and I guess we'll hit Utapau here, which maybe, like I said, hopefully, maybe leave them open to attack from the Black Sun, creating an opportunity for us to swoop in. Let our enemies be able to actually damage one another instead of just laser focusing in on us. What do we got here? That's okay. He's a fighter tactician. All right. I was going to say, I thought of him as a ground unit, but kind of strange attack, I guess. I guess we'll try to take him out, but other than that, the Munificent will be our second target, I guess. We want to take out, since we have nothing but fighters, we want to take out their ability to destroy fighters.
IPV reporting. Location confirmed.
We don't have that many fighters. Some of this stuff is going to be very difficult to take out. Just due to the lack of firepower. I mean, that's just not a lot to work with there to take out any kind of ships.
We've located the enemy.
So I guess we're going to definitely zero in on him. I mean, this is not an anti-fighter ship that I know of.
Advancing. Confirmed. Attacking.
Everybody jump on him. Well, I can track his hit points here. And we did some damage at first, and then he has not taken damage again since.
Enemies in range. Enemies in range.
We'll attack that. Just knock it out quickly. I think you could knock it out quickly. I would hope you could. I mean, I'm 70, like basically I'm 3/4 of the way through that stage. Oh man, why in the world does that not die right away? I did not think that this ship would be a problem. Wow. Okay, I've learned something about that thing. So there wasn't anything in the world crazy about this attack. This was
Awaiting command.
well thought out, apparently. Well, all of that died. I just lost the damn station again.
We can still win.
So, made it 3/4 of the way through, and a bullshit attack does this. Huh. It was definitely worth it just to learn about that ship. I'll be coming back, obviously, with my fleet to be able to try to rebuild my damn station again. See, I could have canceled the station. I just lost the money. I could have canceled the station had I thought at all. Oh, there you go. Get a chance to rescue Luke. Where the intersection 2, well, that ought to be easy enough. I can just go there and I can go straight there after this. But this is going to be like 30 minutes. Let's see. That might be for the next episode. This is episode 16, right? Yes. Should be. Huh. Well, we might have something a bit more interesting to do this time.
You might be able to demoralize the rest. Nearby.
There they are.
Disable that energy field.
Okay.
Choose your reinforcements.
Moving to that location.
Reinforcements cancelled.
We're vectoring in on that new location.
Secure all fighters.
Los gesetzt. Ziel 209. Ausgesetzt. Ziel auf 209. Heading out. All out. Let's move out. Let's go.
Let's leave ourselves a little bit of room in case we need to pull anything else in. Get those fighters launched. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and,
We're standing by.
since I've already got their attention, let's
We're ready to serve.
pause it to
Crews are ready.
put this together.
Ready for action.
I do love just seeing that when the fighters come in and you're able to just watch them all melt. It's just a beautiful thing. And like I say, just knowing that you're going to end up, it's not just winning the fighter battle, it's how much you win the fighter battle by. Obviously, if you scrape by, if you consider at the end of it, when they're out of fighters, you have any fighters at all left, that you won. Yeah, you did. Okay, technically. But I mean, do you have enough fighters remaining to get any good out of them? To do anything? Can you damage a station? Can you take out a shield projector hardpoint? Anything like that? If not, then basically you just tied on the fighter battle. You didn't. Which, if you're the Empire, tying on the fighter battle would be great. I mean, because you are a capital ship force. That's it. I mean, that's what you really are. If you're the Alliance, you really need to win that fighter battle. And if you're the Black Sun, to me, they seem to have the strongest anti-fighter capabilities. So it lets you at least not lose the fighter battle to the Alliance and allows you to win the fighter battle against the Empire, if you play it right. But that's the difference between a human player and an AI, of course. Let's pull our fighters back together here. Of course, there's one of his dreadnoughts doing a great job of absorbing some damage for him. I have one extra fighter here, and lost would be perfect to handle this little thing. But I think we've got a good effort being made here. Going to be able to take out this, taking out these defenses, another economic base. We're considering that this is a kickback episode where I don't think we were really doing much. We're getting a fair amount accomplished here. Well, I guess our setback there about losing our station at Naboo again. That didn't help. But we're going to have this fleet out there. Well, we're going to be able to. I'm not going to do it this episode. It'll just be my first thing next episode. I just have 2 jumps. I have to move the fleet. I should be able to hit there. Well, I don't know how much I can accomplish there. Surely there's got to be something there for me to destroy. But whenever I take intersection 2, I'll be able to rescue Luke that way. Then head straight to Naboo and take the space back around that planet and be able to get. I'll be able to leave more of the fleet, maybe even leave the fleet there, period. Or maybe even attack into the Black Sun, take out some of their orbital stuff. But hopefully be able to do a better job of guarding Naboo and getting the dang station built.
Ready to melt some snowflakes, sir. Ready for the attack. Reporting
Oh,
in.
wait.
This is a liberation here.
Wait, oh. I did just think of it. That's something I've been forgetting about. This thing, yeah, can repair nearby fighters. But, let me guess. He just used that charge while no fighters were around him. Yep, sure enough. Oh wait, is he still repairing them? I guess they're all looking pretty good now, right? And she still got her guns, so she's actually getting work done on this
Captain Eclipse.
station.
Can you take those generators offline?
But we're not going to get her to target that. Well,
Yes. Target confirmed.
Cruiser ready. Move orders are confirmed.
Ausgesetzt.
Reporting. Underway.
try to go ahead and wipe this thing out quickly. Be able to get to keep the time down on the video instead of having these long drug out ones. Or at least that's the intention. I think, whenever I do this, because I don't want to lose my place in my mind as to what I'm doing. So instead of instead of shutting the game down and doing my upload and everything right away, I do believe I'll do a save at the end of this as soon as this battle is over, and then I'm going to jump into doing episode 17. Wait, I saw we got 150 credits for destroying that economic structure that time. Did I see that? I'm sure I did. There was nothing else it could have been. Right? Right. Sure, Otherberry. Another thing about being able to get this salvage and so on is that, from my understanding, some of the mercenary type ships you can get depending on what faction. Black Sun has them available, definitely, but you have a lot of different ships that give you salvage, and apparently that is cumulative. So if you have like the planet, if you have Raxus Prime, and you have a fleet that has multiple mercenaries in it that give you bonuses from salvage, then apparently that stuff is, from what I got told, that's supposed to add up. But we're almost 39 minutes in. That's going to be the end of episode 16 here. Again, this has been Dead Air. Please do like, subscribe, and if nothing else, even if you don't do those things, I'd love to get a comment from you, especially if there's anything that you've heard me say, any questions you've heard me ask, or anything you've heard me say that you have reason to believe is that I am incorrect, or that, like I said, answering a question that I had. But everyone do have a good day, good evening, and I'll see you again in episode 17.